He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This is the random car conversation. I'm about to pull off. I'm just leaving the post office. So I guess this is like a vlog type thing of what I'm doing, which is basically nothing. I didn't feel good yesterday. I was tired. I was a little bit sick. Yesterday was the 4-year anniversary of my father passing away. So sometimes I think that manifests in different ways. So I'm thinking that's what it was. But I was also like physically sick and, crying and stuff or whatnot. But today is a whole new day. So I'm trying to get some energy, but I don't have no energy. I have a headache. I'm supposed to be live tonight. I'm going to try to go live tonight. I think I put it at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. So y'all can tune in tonight. We can chit chat. There's a lot of stuff going on in the news. So, we can talk about all that stuff. And I'm hoping that'll make me feel better. Okay. But I have been needing to go back and forth to the post office for a while. If you have not done so already, take a moment to subscribe to my channel because I'm doing this on my phone so I can't add all my extra fancy stuff. But take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a whole Jaybird. I know y'all miss hearing me say that. I don't say that on the recordings that I do on my computer anymore, only because sometimes it takes so much time to do it, to say it. It is not take so much time as these extra couple seconds, but I'll be trying not to make the intro so long. I'll be talking about all the other stuff and not getting into the show. So that's why I now put, the caption stuff across the screen that says, please subscribe. Shop my Teespring stuff. I do all that stuff now, but on my car conversations, I will always do the Jaybird, because it's different because I'm doing it on my phone. Anyway, so y'all have been meaning to go to the post office for a while. I can only really go on Saturdays just based on my schedule. But it closed at 2 on Saturdays, and sometimes I'll be tired and I sleep in until like 1:30 because I go to bed late on Friday. So I finally went today. So I mailed off the Jaybirds who won the contest back in December, I think it was. I finally mailed, maybe it was January. I finally mailed that stuff off. I'm so sorry it took me so long. I literally had the stuff packed up and bagged up and labeled and everything. It was just getting to the post office and getting in the post office for postage or whatever. I need to go online and figure out how to do postage stuff, but I can't figure that shit out. Anyway, but one of my Jaybirds treasure was telling me how she had sent me a late birthday gift. And I'm like, because I don't need y'all to send me things, but I also feel, they send me something, it's cool. So if y'all want to send stuff, y'all know I do have a P.O. box, and it's always listed in the link in the description box below this video. If you want to, you don't have to. I've had people say, you don't have to do anything, but some people want to do that. Anyway, so I have been trying to get to see what else I got. And so Treasure, this was so amazing. She sent me Jay Lee's Corner coasters. I think it's so cute. I hope it's focusing. It's coasters with my face and my logo. I was like, that is so nice. So even though I did not feel good today and I was dragging to the post office, literally dragging myself to the post office, when I came back to my car and I opened, I'm like, oh my God, this is so cute. And I plan to just come to the post office and go back home and not do nothing else in between because I want to go home and get in my goddamn bed. But I'm like, nope, I'm going to do a car conversation. So I'm still sitting at the post office right now. I haven't pulled off yet because I don't want to be driving and trying to hold stuff up. But I think the coaches, thank you so much, Treasure. And I read your card and it was absolutely amazing. And it made me feel better. But, what else is going on? I can pull off now that I showed y'all the coasters. But, I still have to go home to watch Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta. LA. What is it? Yeah, LA. I look a mess, y'all, because I didn't plan on getting on camera. So I had to put my shades on. I don't even have my glasses. I don't have no lipstick on. And my hair, I threw some water on it and brushed it up with my fingers. And that's it. However, Um, so don't be like, her lips look dry. They don't look dry. They don't have no lipstick on them. But I have to go home and still watch Growing Up Hip Hop. I watched Mayor's Boot Camp, and I watched Love After Lockup, but I was in the bed, like, not really watching it to review it. So I have to rewatch both of those shows and then watch Growing Up Hip Hop so I can do those reviews. I don't think a regular Ayanna come on tonight. I think like some special she doing coming on tonight. So I'll watch it and see if I can review it, because I don't really know what it is. I think it's like just her talking or whatever. But I'm like, I don't know if that's like reviewable. Basically, well, it may be. So we shall see. Oh, the tax people out here dancing around like they used to do. I used to work for Liberty Tax back in like 2005, I think it was, here in Detroit. On 7 Mile, and they was some crooks. I'm gonna tell you that, girl. They was some crooks. Now it was just some funny shit was going on, okay? And I think like maybe 4 or 5 years after because I only went there. I worked there for one tax season, and it was only because I was going to start doing other people's taxes. Because before that, I had only did my own. And so I was going to start doing other people's taxes. So I went there to get more, experience on other things. And it sure was a learning experience. It was sure enough was a learning experience. The manager was crooked. It was crazy. I ain't gonna say nothing because I don't think that's the statute of limitations probably went past, because it's been over 10 years. It's been what, 12? What's 2005? No, it's been 14 years. So yeah, there was some crazy stuff. Anyway, but I just talk about that because I saw the tax liberty person outside dancing. And we used to have a person outside that dance too. And they only got paid like $5 to be out in that cold dancing around. I say, bitch, not me. Anyway, but yeah, girl, they was doing some things. A couple years after I left, after my little one season there, they got raided by I think was the FBI, the police. I don't know if it was the IRS or the FBI, was some damn body and they got shut down. They've been closed ever since. Because the lady who was the manager at that point in time, she was like, I only work during tax season and I don't work the rest of the year. Because of the extra shit she was doing, she made enough money to not have to work the rest of the year. I say, bitch, I don't know, she might be in jail now. Anyway, but see, I told you it's gonna be a ride and talk. And sometimes I'll just be rambling. So sometimes I don't have nothing to talk about, but I just don't want to talk. They open up another weed spot. Look, we don't need no more weed spots in Detroit. Come on now, anyway, girl, get focused. But yeah, so I'm gonna review that stuff. I'm gonna go live. I'm still thinking if I'm gonna do Game of Thrones. I did the one episode of Game of Thrones. It got a couple views, but not as many views as I would have liked it to. But I think a lot of my people they don't watch Game of Thrones. But I'm gonna still try to review 2 other episodes. Y'all know I give everything I review 3 episodes to see if I'm gonna continue it. So I'm gonna do 2 more Game of Thrones, see how that works out. I got good feedback though on my Game of Thrones, so that's something else. And The Walking Dead, I did it. I like The Walking Dead. I also like reviewing The Walking Dead because I like making it funny. That's really why I review everything. But because the day it comes on Sundays, and I have a lot of other stuff to watch on Sundays, so that's why some shows I just stop reviewing, because if it's not getting a lot of views, it just don't make sense for me to take the time to do it. Because the 2 hours I'm wasting on that one video, I could have been doing a gossip chat or a car conversation, or I could have went live. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I kind of be mixing and matching when I stop doing other shows. Like, I don't do the have-nots anymore because it wasn't that many people that watched it. Like, I would get like maybe 400 or 500 views, and I'm like, it ain't enough, okay? And I can't make it enough. What other show? I stopped doing Married at First Sight. In some shows I just want to watch and not have to review it. Like True Tea, I stopped doing Teen Moms because it got redundant. Like with Teen Mom, that shit just kept getting on my goddamn nerves. But yeah. Oh, I will say the Jussie Smollett thing. I did a damn video last night on my channel, on my gossip chat. I did one on Thursday, had to do one on Friday, and I woke up, not even I woke up today, but yesterday after I posted it, and it was up live, the damn guys who they had arrested was released. without being charged. I'm looking like, well, God darn it, like this whole Jussie Smollett thing, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Because I'm gonna say this: a lot of people have things happen to them. A lot of people get attacked and they don't find who did it. You know what I'm saying? So I think the only reason this is getting so much coverage is because he's famous. Any regular Joe Schmo who gets attacked, you know what I'm saying, somewhere in their city or in a city, it don't be no big deal. It don't be, oh, they lying. I think because he's the famous person, that's the only reason this case is getting so much attention from the police and from the news. Because again, if Joe Blow got beat up and a noose around his neck and, you know, pour bleach on, I don't see it being on the news or in all the blogs. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm trying to take the situation with a grain of salt, and I feel like what happened isn't right. Okay, but a lot of people have things happen to them and they have to move on with their life, and the people who do it don't get caught, and there be a bunch of bullshit. So I don't know. I don't want to talk about it no more unless it come out that he did have something to do with it. I don't want to discuss it anymore. I can't. It takes too much. It takes too much energy. Also Monique. So after Monique was on Steve Harvey's show, and they, you know, agreed to disagree or whatever, Monique was on her own Instagram, and she she shared a couple things that other people had posted, basically comparing Steve Harvey to slaves. And I didn't compare him to slaves. I said the way he talks sometimes is slave-like, because he's an older guy, so I'm pretty sure when he was young, he was around people who knew slavery times. You know what I'm saying? Or not, if not slavery, at least Jim Crow. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I meant by that. But when I seen Monique posting stuff up, you know, about, you know, my integrity this, or how they had Steve Harvey talking, and then they were showing Kunta Kinte scene from Roots, and how Lou Gossett Jr.'s character was like, you know, I got me a hut, you know what I'm saying, and Master got me some good food. You know what I'm saying? He was Master got this and Master got that, and I ain't gonna let no one African nigga mess up what I work hard for. You know what I'm saying? And so they were comparing what Steve was saying about, you know, I don't want my integrity to be put above me being able to have a comfortable life, you know what I'm saying, and provide for my family and my family suffering or whatever. So for a quick second, I did wonder, did Monique set Steve Harvey up being on his show because she knew how he would talk to her? She kind of knew his view. So is it possible? Why is this food driving on fast? See, this people need to sort of fuck down. Is it possible that she used him to push her narrative further at how people will tell her you was wrong, or whatever, and make it seem like she has to kiss ass or sell out to do things like slaves did? I really wondered that when I saw what she posted, because I'm like, she knows Steve. She knew Steve wasn't going to agree with her. She knew that. So I'm like, did she really go on there knowing our conversation that we going to have is going to push my narrative further and going to make him look worse? Not that I want him to look worse, but somebody compared it to when Tyler Perry called her and she recorded the phone conversation and then put the phone conversation out, which kind of embarrassed Tyler a little bit, just a little bit. So I do wonder, like, did she do the same thing to Steve? Did she do a public interview because she knew what he would say and she knew it would be out in the masses and it would kind of push her narrative further? When I watched the interview, I still feel, and I only felt I had these questions after the interview and what she posted on her IG, and I'm like, I wonder if because Monique's very smart. Monique not dumb, okay? She's very smart, and so I was also surprised at how much she let him talk. Usually when she do stuff, she don't let the other person talk that much. She say a lot, but I feel like she was like, I know exactly what he gonna say. It's gonna be some bullshit. And if I let him hang himself with his own rope, no pun intended, it'll look better for me. And I was like, I wonder if she, you know, I'm literally just riding around. I'm finna ride past my old house where we used to stay at. I really want. Well, maybe I'm not. I'm just riding because I'm just, trying to talk to y'all a little bit before I go home. And once I go home, I'm cutting the camera off. But yeah, I wondered that. And I'm not saying she's manipulative or conniving. I'm not saying that. But I am saying when someone has an objective, they'll sometimes make moves like chess moves. You know what I'm saying? Make your next move your best move. And I feel like what Steve said is what she been trying to get people to understand, that is not what she want to do. And I'm like, she knows Steve. She know him. She know how he talks. She know how he is. And I feel like, did she do that on purpose? Again, she taped Tyler Perry talking. Her husband taped, what's the guy who did Will Packard? Her husband taped Will Packard talking. They have a habit of recording conversations to push their narrative forward. So again, could her points and going on Steve Harvey's show, because think about this, I know she was also going on there to promote her Netflix show, but not her Netflix show, girl, bye. Her her Las Vegas residency. I know that was the point of her being there. However, I do also feel like they talk more about, or they showed more, or it was advertised more about this conversation between her and Steve. I'm like, they all knew that would be the gotcha to what would get people to watch a lot. Oh, you want to get them to watch? Let's have Monique and Steve talk about all this stuff about, you know what I'm saying, all that. So I'm like, did she do that? Because I feel like this. After they had the conversation and it ended on a positive note, just with them both getting their points across and them both having valid points. She had valid points. He had valid points. However, after the fact, for her to share what she shared, to me, in my opinion, even though it was true, or at least had some truth to it, I wouldn't have posted it, because we've already had a conversation. And you had your point and I had mine, and at the end of it, what was said was both parties did something wrong. Oprah and all of them did stuff wrong, but Monique, you handled things wrong at one point or another. So everyone owes everyone an apology. If that's the end of the conversation, why do you then share stuff that shows that people are now calling your friend, your brother, Steve Harvey, a jigaboo, a slave nigga, to be exact, or whatever? So it was just weird for me. It was really, really like, oh, is that what we doing now? Is that what we doing now? But I don't know. I don't think I got nothing else to talk about. Now I'm just riding. I'm literally riding through my old neighborhood. I drove all the way down here. Girl, I'm riding back past. I can't flip the screen, so it is what it is. But you know what? I'm gonna pause it and I'm gonna flip my camera around so y'all can see some stuff. So, hold on one second. This is my old neighborhood. Okay, this is where it looks different now. And the camera may be shaky facing the other way, I'm not sure. But this is the Coney Island we used to steal my parents' car and come to all the time at night. So this is where the Coney Island is. They food used to be amazing. Okay, amazing. Or sometimes we would just walk down here. But if it was late at night and it was like in the wintertime, I would have steal the car. I would steal the car. And my brothers, wait. And my brother and they would walk down with us. I'm trying to see if I can roll up on my house, but I don't know if somebody still stay here. But I'm gonna pull up right here. So this is my old house, if y'all can see it. It looks completely different now. Like everything looks different. And there's people sitting there, so I'm gonna pull off. But that's my old house. This is my old stomping grounds. Lord Jesus. Hopefully y'all was able to see that when I pulled up. It was some dude like, why the fuck she pulled up right here? I'm like, let me pull off. But, yep, I used to stay on Nevada and Conant back. And we moved over here when I was in, what grade was I in? It was after we graduated. Wait, when did we move over here? Girl, I don't know, it was forever ago. But we lived over here when I was in middle school and in high school. But this, it looks completely different now. Things just don't look the same. That house, like, Lord, the house now, it looks like a crack house, but that ain't what it looked like when we used to live there. I have pictures of the house there too. I need to find some, but I'm just riding down Conant, you know what I'm saying, to go to, I'm gonna drive up 7 Mile just because y'all can probably see some things or whatever. But this is where I used to always hang out. We would hang out at the store up here around 7 Mile and Conant, you know what I'm saying, because it was like you would sit there like parking lot pimp a little bit and just, but I'm gonna turn this way. I ain't going the other way on 7 Mile, but I can probably turn my camera. So over there, which you may not see much of because I'm not going that way, but this is, 7 Mile, where everybody used to hang out at. If you can see that little strip mall over there, that is where you would just go and park your car and chill out. And you would sit in the parking lot. You may drink a little bit, you may smoke a little bit or whatnot, but that's just what we did back then. I'm trying to get my camera steady again, y'all, so that it don't be all over the place. So the snow here is melting. It was like 40 degrees the other day, so all the snow we had is melted, so now half the shit is ice. So that's what you see. So now I'm just riding down 7 Mile. I think I'm gonna get me a sandwich before I go back home, because I'm not close to my house at all. Oh, there go Asian corned beef. Oh, should I don't feel like stopping because I don't know them people like that. But they move Asian corned beef down the street. I'm like, okay, so that's where it's at. So at least I know where to come get. I should have got it. I'm ready. I should have got an egg roll, but I'm not dressed enough to be, going to Asian corned beef. It'd be so many people in there. I would like, oh, look at that girl. She got on some dirty Ugg boots and leggings. But yes, that's what I like. But it's what it is. But you do wear dirty Ugg boots in this weather because the snow is dirty, the water's dirty, everything is dirty, the ground dirty. You don't wear clean Ugg boots in this shit, not at all. But as you can probably see, like, it's tons of buildings on 7 Mile. Some of them are businesses that are open, some are not. But 7 Mile is usually always popping. You always riding up and down it. Not even really to go because you go east to west on 7 Mile or on 8 Mile, one of the two. But yeah, so I showed y'all a little bit of what I could show y'all. Wow, I don't come over here often, so like when I ride down 7 Mile and like in the daytime, it's always like, oh my god, it just looks so different. It looks so different. But hold on, y'all, I'm finna flip the camera back to me. See, I'm back. But I hope y'all enjoyed this little, different kind of car conversation and me just chit chatting and jaw jacking or whatever, about nothing. Okay, I showed y'all as much as I can show y'all. I wish I could have got out the car and walked on, or at least showed y'all my old house, where that's where I was living at when I was dating a bad guy. And different stuff, or just hanging out, you know what I'm saying? A lot of great memories in that house, but also great memories in my mom's house, my parents' house. I'm to my mom, my parents, both houses, my parents, was together in them. So it do be weird sometimes when I say my mom, but I be looking like my dad was around all the time too. But I forgot why you can't turn here. Ain't no turning here, bitch. I ain't got time. But I wish I could have showed y'all the house that, we used to stay on Nevada. It was, we used to have fun there. Because that was my teenage years. So, memories of, me and my siblings and my cousins. My cousins used to come over all the time. And, Yeah, just come out into traffic. We would just hang out and like do nothing. We would like watch MTV, order videos on the box. You know what I'm saying? My brothers and them, my brothers and my cousins would force me to cook chicken at like 2 a.m. Like I'd be up frying chicken because they was hungry. Or we would, once I became a teenager, I would take the car and we would go get food from down the street. Because it was too cold to walk. It was too cold to walk or too hot to walk. One of the two. If the weather was cool, we would walk down there all the time. But yeah, I would show y'all where I met the bad guy at, but I'm not gonna go over there because that's a whole different ride around thing. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm gonna end here, y'all, because now I'm just babbling. And I hope to see y'all on my live tonight. Again, it's gonna be 9:30 on my YouTube channel. We can chit chat and jaw jack and all that good stuff for as long as we have questions and conversations. I'll be on there, and then once the questions and conversations end, it ends. But thank y'all for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, and this is another edition of Car Conversations on Jay Lee's Corner. Okay, my voice is kind of crazy. Anyway, peace, y'all.
He's like love, love.